everyone. Welcome to this week's podcast. G'day to all the Rossoneri out there. G'day, Shady. I won't forget this time. Shady, I'll be onto it. How's it going?
Good. How are you, mate?
Amazing. We won 4-0 up against Crotone, as you called.
I got lucky with that.
I think I've passed my prediction powers onto you.
Nah, it was a fluke. It was on off. But yeah, tough. Good. You love to see it.
Yeah. No, I wasn't as well. Not optimistic. I wasn't as realistic as you. I was maybe a bit pessimistic. Too pessimistic.
No, it was good. I mean, I expected the team would respond. I expected they'd do something. Let's just keep it going. We got Spezia coming up. Another match that should be on paper. No disrespect to Spezia, but on paper, another match that should be winnable. So let's go out and win it.
Yeah, exactly. And we spoke last podcast about that this patch of 3 games we really want to get the most out of. It should be pretty straightforward. I mean, as straightforward as it can be in the Serie A, but straightforward 3 games where we pick up the 9 points and move on to the next 2 and approach them competitively. But yeah, I mean, about as straightforward as a game could be, I think. It was good to see Zlatan respond and get the brace. Also good to see Rebic get the 2 pretty quick ones. It was a good game.
Yeah, glimpses of the Ibra back to Ibra being Ibra. 501 now, career goals, crazy. Yeah. So just ridiculous amount of goals. That's how good he is, and he's proved it everywhere. Italy, with everyone in Italy, with the 3 top clubs, I guess, in Italy. Even his Barcelona season, which people say was probably his worst, he still scored quite a few really important goals in that season, including in the Classico. And at United, he did well. Paris Saint-Germain, obviously, and LA Galaxy. Yeah, this guy, he's a serial winner, and we're just lucky to have him on our team. And we're lucky that, so many other players would not have been doing this at 40 at his age. And yeah, he's just, he's a phenomenon, isn't he?
Absolute superstar. Absolutely right in everything you said. 500 goals is, it's a lot of goals. And it's particularly scary when you look at how many goals he scored since age 30, that he never really slowed down. If anything, he almost picked up with age, strangely enough. So yeah, it's amazing to have him with us, and I think it was pretty good to see during the week that Maldini is in talks with him about extending his contract to next season.
Yeah, that was good to hear. And I think what we heard was Maldini said, according to Maldini, Ibra was depends on how my body is at the end. If you still have the legs basically to keep going, if there's any fuel left in the tank. But if he's going like he is right now, I don't see why not. I guess it comes down to character as well, because if you think about it, by all accounts, he could easily be a squad player for next season. But the thing with Ibra is, I think with his mentality, his alpha mentality, he wouldn't be that happy sitting on the bench unless he's injured or whatever. I guess. That's just a guess, speculation on my end. But I think that's one of the things. His way of thinking would probably be if I can be the main man, if I can lead the line and do a proper job, then yeah. But if I can't really do what I'm doing right now, then maybe. So that's that's obviously his decision to make. Obviously, we'd love it if he could hang on.
Do you think there's any room? It's a bit rare for this to happen, but if that was the situation where he'd be sitting on the bench and more of a squad player, to start introducing him into a coaching role type of thing, or is that something that you don't think they would do?
Possibly. I'm not sure. He's already invested in, what was it, Hammarby, the club? Yeah, so I know, and that was controversial, wasn't it? Because he grew up in Malmo and Hammarby are their rivals in Sweden, and he invested in them. He's co-owner or owner, something like that right now, or a partner in some capacity. So I'm not sure. To be honest, I don't know. I haven't read, or I don't know what he's planning on doing post retirement or during his retirement. So if coaching is an idea, then definitely a lot of players have done similar things, and I think he would be perfect for that because all the players look up to him as well. It would be a good experience if that's something he's planning on doing. What do you think? You think it would it would be a good gig for him.
Yeah, I think that we want to keep him around. Obviously, he'd have a positive effect just being there. I think we saw that when he was injured, even though he wasn't playing. I think just him being around training sessions and probably yelling at the younger guys to get into shape and get into the right spots has its effect anyway. So I think I have to agree that. Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, it does come down to him and what the club kind of sees in its future. But yeah, going on from back to the Crotone match, probably two other things that I noted was, I think I've said this a lot, but I really loved Theo and Calabria in that match.
Yeah, they're having an amazing season.
Superstar.
Amazing by all accounts, both of them. Theo's... He's let it. No, I think the word. I mean, I think the phrase "let us down" would be too strong. But let's just say he's been suboptimal or below par in some games. I mean, defensively, definitely. When he's like in full flight, like racing from box to box, nobody can match him really when he's in that kind of form. So yeah, I just want to see there. I think the next thing he's got the potential to be like a world-class left back. He's already like a top quality left back on any level. But I think just to make that last step up to like world-class legendary level would probably be it's a bit more improved defending, really.
Yeah. I agree.
And if he can do that, then I don't see anything stopping him. He's got the pace, he's got the mentality. He's really good on the ball. So yeah.
Yeah, and we did see that Crotone kind of did get in sometimes from his side. But
the Juventus game, a few games, So we need to watch out for that, and I think again that's what separates like the Maldinis. Again, it would be blasphemy to put him in the same category as Maldini right now, or anyone to put anyone in Maldini's category. But again, what I'm trying to say is the difference. There's that little. There's that complete or like comprehensive skill set that players like Maldini had, and that's what he's missing right now. And he's young. It's not too late. I mean, he can pick that up.
And I think there has been games that he's shown that he can do that. He just he just needs to. I don't know. It's sometimes just a matter that he just sprints up the line and just forgets about his side and leaves us a bit open there, so that if it does bounce back, we're in a bit of strife. And that usually whoever's Romagnoli or whatever. Whoever's there generally doesn't have that quite same pace to keep up with the other wingers.
Exactly.
Which leaves us kind of open a little bit. One just moment in the game that I really remember was he did, I can't remember, it was about the 35th minute mark. He did a massive run from one end to the other. Yeah. And it didn't eventuate to anything, but when the play stopped, you could just see that all the Crotone players, even like our players, they were all on their hands were on their knees and they were gasping for air. And you looked at Theo and he was just unfazed.
Yeah, crazy. Third long, good.
Yeah, and he just run from one end to the other. But
yeah, that was crazy. No, I think I read somewhere. I mean, I need to double check this, but I think something like it was. At some point, his sprint was like more than 30 kilometers per hour, which is crazy.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know where I read that after the game, because people were raving on about that. And I think I read it somewhere, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. Crazy. I liked everything. I liked Rebic coming back into showing glimpses of, himself from last year. I love that. Really good. Everything. I was happy with everything. I think Matthew had a decent game.
Yep.
Again, as I was saying, remember after that Inter game in the Coppa Italia, it's too early to judge him. I'm not saying he's going to be a world beater, but again, Bakayoko had a similar start and he came good, so you never know.
Yep.
Tomori has been excellent. I mean, I think he's slotted in really well. He's like reminiscent of like when Kira came in last season.
Yeah.
Somebody fits right in.
Yep.
Again, you can't say for sure he's the real deal, but definitely very promising.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, and the one, I think Miete did take a step in the right direction. I think he just needs to be careful of being a bit too clumsy and giving away easy fouls, because he does that. He's been doing that a bit too much.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
otherwise,
he needs a lot.
In the right direction. So
yeah, he needs a lot of work, and it's good that we have him, because I mean we keep getting like these injuries in the middle of the park or suspensions or whatever. So it's a good thing we have him as a squad player. But yeah, I can't see him getting a game once like Benasser and Tonali are in full fitness. I don't see him getting much playtime.
And I guess the last thing that I think it would be a bit remiss of us not to mention was the Çalhanoğlu substitute on in a few minutes, 2 assists. So I mean, there's no doubt that he's an important player.
100%. No, we never doubted that. We all know how important he is for the team. I mean, we've had our like debates or conversations about whether or not he's like worth that renewal at like that astronomical figure, if the rumors are to be believed, the reports are to be believed. But make no mistake, he's integral to this team. He's a top-notch player. The chemistry, he's gelled with everyone around him, all the attackers, whoever comes in. He knows how they run, how they move. He knows how to find them on the ball. So yeah, he's a very important person. It's really good to see. It's very refreshing.
Absolutely, can't agree more. But I guess unless there's anything else you want to mention about the Crotone match, I guess we can move on to the upcoming Spezia match.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So yeah, obviously Spezia, I mean, having a slightly better season than Crotone. They're still 16th, so just out of relegation zone. 5 wins, 6 draws, and 10 losses. But they did win against Sassuolo last match 2-1.
I saw that, yeah.
So can't be underrated as usual. Never underrate any team, but yeah, a bit of a surprise with the Sassuolo win. I think Sassuolo are a little bit down at the moment, but they've been a pretty good team as well over this season.
They've had a decent season, haven't they? Yeah. Right, these past few seasons, Sassuolo overall. So yeah, a bit of a surprising result. But it just goes to show that you can't write anyone off in Serie A. And you can't take any game too lightly, and especially when you're in the position we're in right now. We need to go in, be clinical, play our game, and I think, again, try to finish it off as early as possible. If at all possible, finish this game off in the first half. And then maybe we can bring down the tempo in the second half. Hopefully we don't have to, we're not like chasing the game or looking for like a last minute winner. I think if we can get a couple of goals in the first half, we should be fine.
Yeah. And I think we're starting to build, I mean, I don't want to speak too early, but it feels like the squad's starting to get that lethal bite to them. Like even during the week, yesterday, we saw that they all, the reports coming out of Milan that players still came into the club to train in their off day. I think it's starting to click that the Scudetto is not an unreal possibility for them, and they're kind of, it's snowballing. And I think week by week, it's kind of building into something, definitely.
100%. I don't think so. We've said, I mean, it's definitely not, we can't say we're favorites yet because it's too early, but it's attainable, definitely. We've shown that we can do it. We've shown that all we really need is consistency. And this isn't the first time we've heard about players coming in to train on their day off. This has been like a regular thing the past few months. It's like every single time we hear that. And I think Pione was saying now the players are fighting who's like the first one in and the last one to leave. So I read that the other day, which is brilliant. And that's the mentality we want and need. We need to put in that extra, you need to go that extra mile if you're going to win the league. And against really tough teams overall. So, it's great. It's a brilliant mentality, and it's the mentality of champions. We're definitely on the right track. Yeah. It's a matter of if we can get a bit more consistency, then yeah, we're fine. We'll be laughing.
Absolutely. Building that team of champions that we keep talking about on that track. Otherwise, there's not much that I really want to focus on about the Spezia match, other than that it should just, as we've been saying, continue in that trend. And hopefully we get a few goals and Zlatan gets on the scoreboard and it all goes well.
I want to see Mandzukic get a goal before the derby.
Yeah. That was, completely. He almost got that that one late in the last game.
I was hoping for that, actually. I think I was hoping for. Yeah, I think if Mandzukic can get on the score sheet, that'd be great. If he wants to save it till the derby and score the winner in the derby, so we're not going to be complaining.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see a good game. I don't know. I think I want to see, options on the right wing. That's been our problem all season, hasn't it? Telemakers is good, but if he's not there, then we struggle.
Yeah.
And it's almost as if we're playing a man down. I think that's harsh to say, but I think we don't have an advantage. I'll say that much. Without being too harsh. But But that's why I want to see. I thought Leao was alright in like the number 10 where he played. Against Crotone, he was okay. But I think he would probably prefer to be a bit further up, closer to goal. Now he's got like a taste of blood once he's scored a few goals.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I agree. And kind of going into our next year in the news over the week, I think they're targeting. That's going to be a big target for the off season, trying to secure someone for that right wing. Because I agree that. Diaz and Haga are kind of longer term options if we can keep Diaz. But from reports, Maldini is targeting wingers in general to come in. I think there was the player from Marseille.
Thauvin, yeah. Florian. Thauvin. Yeah.
He's a good player, and I think 24 maybe. Age 24, so still pretty young.
He's good.
And I think he's a free. He is a free agent free agent coming up in June. So it's achievable. And Maldini's, from all reports, it seems like Maldini's heading in the right direction to sign him. So so
that'll be good.
Good news. Yeah,
that'll be welcome. Yeah,
absolutely.
Really good. Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yes. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, otherwise I was going to speaking of Diaz, that rumours coming out also that Diaz could sign another 1-year loan, or even Maldini's trying to trying to purchase him essentially at the end of this season.
I think it'd be a good addition to the squad. We've seen glimpses. We've seen these patches of brilliance, and then but it needs to be week in, week out if you're gonna cement your place in the starting 11. But I guess it would help. Fingers crossed next year we're in the Champions League. We're playing for a lot of things, or on a lot of fronts, fighting on a lot of fronts. Yeah, wouldn't hurt at all. I think that'd be a good idea. I think most importantly, we need to secure those contract renewals. Yeah. I think that's the priority, which is what Maldini's already said, and what every man and his dog knows really, Milan, is that we need to get that done.
Yeah, absolutely. It is good that we have the players for once. It's about retaining the players, not trying to find players. Which is
I'm all for good problems. Look back, go back 4 years and look at our squad now. We're very lucky. I feel very grateful for what we've got and the work that management as a whole has done to get us to where we are right now. It's a good problem to have.
Absolutely. You look at the team that Maldini inherited to what we have now, and it's pretty remarkable what he's done.
Yeah, it's a team effort, but he's definitely played a very important role.
Yeah,
he's played arguably the most important role. Yeah.
Anyway, one thing we kind of skipped over was predictions.
I was just going to say that. I was like, is he trying to predictions like I got last time? Why don't you go first, Mr. Luke?
I'll say 3-0.
3-0.
3-0. And hopefully, is it going to be the week that we see a Zlatan hat-trick? I've been asking for it for the whole season. I'll say it this week.
All right, 3-0 Zlatan hat-trick.
Yeah.
3-1. Ibra, Rebic, Mandzukic again.
Wow, yeah.
Again, Mandzukic for some reason. Yeah, very stubborn in me. But anyways, should know better, but I'm going to go for that. 3-1. It's not going to be it's going to be a really avoidable goal, like a set piece of some sort, something like that. We're going to be really? Yeah.
it would kind of be fitting for a big, as you said before, that Mandzukic scores his first goal in a big match like the derby. But we'll take one. We'll take one in any game.
Yeah, exactly. Anything we can get. Sweet. All right, you're on 3-0 or 3-1.
Let's see who's correct. Well, anyway, as always, good chatting, Shady.
Always, as always. Yeah, it'll be good to talk next time. Hopefully we're celebrating another win, being top of the table, and we look ahead to the derby. That'll be huge.
Absolutely, and we can kind of push into down a bit further.
Yeah, that'd be great. Be a good feeling.
All right. As always, Forza Milan, and see you next week.
Forza Milan. See you, bye.
Gotta play cool for us. It's a lot.